Heyo, what's up, chap? How we doing? Welcome on this beautiful Monday. Yo, congrats on the 15 watch streak. Hey, bestie, what's up? How you doing? Still playing around with some audio stuff. So obviously, if there's any varying degrees of whatever the hell you need, just let me know. I'll try and fix it. Yeah. Oh yeah. What's up, chap? How we doing? I still have not gotten them to send me a replacement part for my drawer yet. I have to actually call now at this point because I've made 2 attempts to email their support and I've gotten nothing. I'm fucking tired. But we are here. And we will be puzzling. Hold on, I just recognized I gotta take the sexual content off. There's no sexual content in Blueprints. None at all. Yep, still working on the wine. Although I don't know if you guys actually ever got it. I have to go back and listen to the VODs. But I have a electrical buzzing that comes through my microphone now. Which is nice and fun and great for me to deal with when I'm trying to send crispy, clean auditions in. So yeah, we're still working on that. It's a process every day, chap. But we get better. Yesterday I got new pants. Simon's underage? Yeah, absolutely. There's no sexual content. He is literally 5. Lego, what's up? I got a couple of things from the thrift store, slash a vintage store. Let me get the big jacket real quick for you guys. I kind of fuck heavy with it. I gotta wash it though, so I'm pulling it out of the hamper. Got a big ass fucking Harley Davidson jacket, gang. Check this out. Check this shit out. I actually like how it can go over my fucking hoodie too. That'll be fun. So sad I'm quiet again. Fuck me, dude. I'm actually gonna blow up. Actually gonna fucking lose my mind. I swear to fucking God. I just need to get a new microphone. Alright, this is the best I can go without getting a buzz. How's that? Looks dang good. I know it does. It's pretty cool. The thing about it that I like, obviously, is just large, heavier, and all the Harley Davidson stuff out of it. Because it's all black. Maybe turn the music down. I literally did. I literally turned the music down last time. Let's see. How's that? Where are we at now? Because some of this is also how close I am to my literal microphone. But I can literally see my electrical buzz right now on my audio. It also helps that I'm eating the mic. Yeah. I have to, I guess. So I will just deep throat the mic from now on. Fucking aggravating, dude. It's like every time I get some headway, it gets worse. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. How y'all doing? Yeah, I shouldn't have to. The mic should not be in my mouth, though. That's the problem. It's supposed to be a decent space away from my mouth without, like... That way I don't peak. Because if I'm, like, here all the time, I'm going to continuously peak the mic when I scream. Right? Also, not optimal for me to be sitting here like this the whole time. So I don't know. I mean, here. So this is no reduction whatsoever, no music whatsoever. This is purely uncapped microphone at the moment. Do you hear? There should be like a buzzing, a literal electrical buzzing. Do you hear that? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Do we hear the buzzing now? Okay, do I sound loud enough? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. All right, reintroducing the music. How about now? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. She sells seashells by the seashore. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Awesome. It's always something with this fucking microphone. It's because I have, like, the world's longest XLR cable. Allegedly. It's either that or I am pumping too much power from the XLR cable into my microphone. So, I either have to get a condenser, which is like $180, or a new XLR cable, but it's also a maybe on the XLR cable. So, yeah, it's just an ever growing list of me trying to get really good audio. So, but thank you guys for the feedback. I'm trying to figure out the exact levels I need to be keeping everything at so I don't get this buzz in my audio. Because I definitely think I've lost out on a couple of auditions because it was there and I didn't realize it was loud. I thought it was just something that, like, was happening with my headphones. Which, like, is whatever. That's why we do other things. I got new pants, too. Not pulling those out, because it doesn't matter. But it was really funny, because we were going through them, because I've been trying to get... I need new pairs of pants. I don't have enough. I mean, I technically do, but I'd like a couple more pieces. And I found what is effectively the camo pants that I've been wearing, the cargo pants. We were like, oh, it's got the same adjustable stuff, because I literally, when I put it in the hamper, I looked in and it has the same wash tags. It's a part of a military uniform, but not camo. I think it's Navy. Because because they're blue. So hopefully they'll still have the kind of like rugged, durable material, but it'll look a little different. And it doubles, they still have some cargo pockets. So hopefully I can still maintain that kind of like interesting silhouette that puffing up those pockets does. And that was it. I think, no, I have one more item. I have a slinky black dress now. Very excited about that one. But that's where we're at. Probably gonna end up going again soon and getting a couple of new pairs of pants. That's the mission. Is pants right now. Now you have to go to the club? Yeah, don't worry. The club will be happening. Just for what occasion? Just because I look hot in it. Need pics? I got you. I will get them expeditiously. It does insane things for my thigh. But yeah, so that's what we got. Hopefully I'm gonna do more. Predominantly, I just need more pants, because that'll set me up for success. Because I can just build up off of my pants. And then hopefully I might snag another pair of shoes. I want to get like some boots. But not like cowboy boots. I want to get like some Docs or something. Not specifically Doc Martens, but boots that look like Doc Martens. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure Doc Martens are not good quality anymore. Boots the house down? Yes, exactly. I just need big shoes, I think. I don't know. We're still playing around with stuff. But that's why I like thrifting. Everything is typically mad cheap, unless it's like that big ass jacket, which is not me thrifting. It was a vintage store. I think we will be finishing Dispatch Wednesday. We have 2 episodes left. And I don't anticipate 7 to take very long. I think 8 is the longest. I'm expecting 2 to 3 hours. If I finish it in an hour and a half to 2, we'll start Expedition 33. If I finish it in 3 hours, I might just yap for an hour or just end stream early on Wednesday. And then Friday, we're going to start Expedition 33. Wish you could thrift. I know, friend. I know. It is tough out there. If you wore more menswear, it'd be slightly easier. But not by any crazy margin or anything. Wicked Burp, thanks, boss. How you doing? Sorry, no dispatch today. I'm trying to think. I have not done any voice acting in the past couple of days. My auditions are kind of dry right now. So I need to get on some other websites so I can find more stuff to keep going. Because the website I'm currently using, I've kind of auditioned for a lot of the stuff, and I just need to wait for more projects to come out, and that takes, a couple of weeks. So instead today I did some drawing. Whether or not I finish it still remains to be seen. But we're back, so that's good. Because I don't think I picked up the pencil for like 2 months or something like that. Even though I carry around the sketch pad with me pretty much everywhere. Have you looked at like Reddits and blogs? I'm sure they're posting for VAs in places like that. No, I haven't. So I deleted my Reddit, I think in 2024, maybe earlier. Drawing stream when? If I can get a good top-down view with the camera that I currently have, I'll do it. I don't draw digitally. I'm traditional, so it's just a little harder, but not by much. But I'll show you what I was working on. I was doing my sort of living room console, that sort of entertainment center, I guess, if you will. Wasn't really doing anything perspective-wise. The drawing is very flat because I was predominantly focusing on shapes rather than the actual perspective. Because I just wanted to kind of nail down the general space of everything. General shape of everything. So this is kind of what I got cooking for now. Boom. I think I can make it work with this camera. Hopefully I'll be back to doing cartoon drawings soon as well. Trying to hopefully, I guess, develop a style at some point. Maybe. Who knows? It's just a hobby. But that's it. I think that's all I got for you guys. Update-wise. Anyone else working on anything cool? Anybody crafting anything? Anyone up to no good? Oh. It's a journey. New Macro Blank album. I gotta jump back on to Macro Blank. Amazing song? Yep. Yeah. This is probably my favorite Journey song, I think. You need to craft? Yes, you do. Open an SSR horse last night on a whim. Hey, congrats. Oh my god. Those are very, very good odds, dude. Holy shit. Made a ton of bracelets over the weekend. Took a bunch of photos of them. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. That shit rules. I'm glad we are all doing some kind of fulfilling crafty task. Save CJ in the gotcha. Hell yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I have been enjoying seeing all the updates as you slowly roll out the different designs. I need to. You're crafting your carrots into horses. Real. You're actually right. My bad. You're on the same page. One thing that I need to do is got one post coming out each day this week. Good. No, that's the social media game. From some of the other people that I've talked to, it's literally just consistently posting every single day, at least once. Eventually, the algorithm will be like, oh, okay. And that's segueing into what I need to do. I need to make official Speed McPeen accounts on Instagram as well, so that way I can push more reels for Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok. I think what I want to do is do like varying content for each one. So that way Instagram is not exactly the same as the content that I have on TikTok, which is not exactly the same as the content I use on YouTube Shorts. I think I'm going to do YouTube Shorts for predominantly Twitch clips. And then I'm debating on whether or not I want to put voice acting onto TikTok or Instagram. But that's kind of what I got in my head right now, Chad. It's kind of what I got in my head right now, Chad. Because quite frankly, at this point, I just need to go viral. I fear. I fear that's what I'm missing. Right, the Instagram doesn't let you see anything without an account. X started doing that too. It's hard to look at stuff on X when I'm not logged in now. Specifically when I pull up links on my phone, because I don't put Twitter on my phone. And I've been also the problem is I'm trying to reduce my usage of social media, at least on the like brain rotting doom scrolling. But like I need it. Not to mention like fucking Twitter's like a Nazi site now, and I fucking hate it. But it's the only one where I can get a predominantly large volume of like voice acting stuff that I've been looking for. So it's really difficult for me to, because like Blue Sky is not great. Not enough people moved over. And like stayed, which sucks. No meta accounts coming from this IP address. Yeah, I mean that's fair and valid. I'm not making more social accounts. No. I don't think you need to. I mean it's predominantly the varying degrees of what we need it for, right? I'm hoping I can use it to actually like propel myself a little bit. Now replacing doom scrolling with doom scrolling. Brands of YouTubers are still on Twitter. Yeah, that's a problem. This is a baller song. Yes, I fucking love this song. Specifically, this version of the song too. I think it's much better than the English. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan. It's loose. This is not one I want Chad to hold me accountable for right now. But that's just kind of what I've been stewing over for the past couple of days here. Because I think if I make myself a bunch of little projects and little goofy stuff for voice acting, it'll help me when I'm in these like little audition ruts, if that makes sense. Has to be the original English sucks. I don't necessarily think that the English sucks. But there is just something about this being in German. I don't know. Let's see with this Grok shit though. Maybe we'll finally move elsewhere now that governments are looking to ban Twitter. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Probably not. I mean, it's what we thought was going to happen. We thought there was going to be a TikTok crackdown. Not that, like, I know what's happening with Grok right now. It's disgusting, quite frankly. But, you know, unfortunately, we being the United States, is a little bit more oomph for a lot of this stuff. And if we're not going to actually do anything to regulate it, I don't know too much of what's going to happen. I guess realistically, the only other one that has some, like, could give us a push for change would be the EU, because that's how we've gotten like USB-C in all devices and stuff like that, right? What did I miss with Grok stuff? Grok is AI generating porn, specifically of children. That's what's happening. Hang on. I gotta put a sensitive topic real quick. Just very quickly before something happens. Just put a timer on your Twitter app today to try and cut down on its usage. Yeah, I did that on my Instagram. I have a timer on Instagram now. Big yikes, yeah. Yeah, I gotta put the politics and sensitive social issues tag real quick. Spending time you would be scrolling on something useful like reading and drawing. Yeah, same here. That was kind of the mentality, as I was hoping if I can try and cut back on the amount of stuff that I'm just scrolling, I can, put it into something I actually would like to do. It's a bit more productive, you know? So I agree. We're in the exact same boat. Exact same boat. Training back on TikTok, Insta, with reading and making bracelets. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's why I wanted to find, like, for me, pretty easy, accessible little things. Like, literally, pencil and paper is all I need to start drawing. And then I've been wanting to make sure I play my bass a bunch. So that's also there. Almost done with your 4th or 5th book within a month. Huge. Huge. Are you on, what's the reading letterbox? Goodreads? Is that what it is? That's awesome. I am still, I think I only read maybe 4 books total last year. On Goodreads, cool. But I'm not a like avid reader. I am trying to do it more because being able to read helps me through voice acting. It's why I'm trying to read a lot more like out loud, so I can read copy smoother on a first take. And a mission for me in particular is I would like to be able to speak more eloquently. I have an issue where I know my brain knows exactly what I'm trying to say and how to phrase it, but then my mouth doesn't match up. So I'll stutter or I will say something that's not exactly grammatically correct, which is not inherently an issue, but it is something that I just don't want to be doing nearly as much, since I am going to be speaking ideally as a profession. So, update your progress on it all the time? Hell yeah. Almost done with the 5th book. Huge. Age of Empires is getting a new DLC. That's crazy. Are they adding more heroes? Actually, for a Barnes & Noble gift card and a bar cart for your birthday? Hell yeah. Full reader error swing? Dude, huge. Do that all the time. It's so annoying. Yeah, and it's literally just practice. That's all it is. It's taking the time to slow down and read is one of the things that helps. Starting like a baby over nonsense. Your boss's office the other day. Shit had you embarrassed. Yeah. Because it's like when I'm reading without speaking, my brain is processing obviously a lot faster. And that's why whenever, for example, like Blueprints, when I'm reading a bunch of stuff, and I keep having to go, oh my God, and then go back over the sentence again. That's why. So I'm just trying to slow down a little bit. Could I not? I'm thinking. Hated reading out loud in class during popular reading time. Always went too quick and fumbled. Don't think there are heroes? Okay, cool. Not that it's an issue. I think adding heroes this far into Age of Empires 2 is really funny, though. I just figured it was a mechanic they would keep trying to iterate on for the next couple of civs. Yeah, I think reading out loud is an important skill. It does help. With pacing and stuff like that. So, I think that is my recommendation. Even if you only do it for 20 minutes of your hour or 2 of reading, it might help you a little bit. Gonna read the gay hockey book out loud? Good. That's what I was hoping you'd do. It's cool new infantry civ, that unique unit that the unique unit attacks faster the longer it fights. Fun. Really fun for the micro. You know, I am unfortunately not micro management pilled. I like just fire and forget. I have been reading on and off this book called Fool on the Hill, by Mike Ruff. I have another Mike Ruff book on, up here. I think it's Mike Ruff. It's something Ruff. He did Lovecraft Country as well. It's Matt Ruff. This is it. It's really really cool. It's like a modern kind of. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh fuck. Oh, holy shit. Actually scared the fucking shit out of me, guys. I was like, why is this woman staring at me? It's horrifying. Hang on, I got some vocal fry. Give me a sec. Get Dakota Johnson? Yeah, that's basically what happened. It is a kind of like modern fantasy-ish book. It's interesting because it's supposed to be about this guy who has the ability to kind of like adjust reality with the stories that he's telling. But for the past like 4 chapters, I have exclusively been following a dog who is trying to go to heaven. So he can like get closure for the loss of his mentor, and a cat who is really cool. So it's very, 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 very interesting. I think the cat and the dog currently are fighting against purebreds, who are just evil, by the way, which is real. Fuck purebred dogs. Go to your local shelter, adopt a mutt. Sorry. I got the project that I am working on. We're getting back into the swing of things. Hopefully I'll have more to give you guys in the next couple of weeks here. But I had to follow up. We just added on like, I don't know, maybe 10 new people. Oh my god, we got a clip. Finally, chat. Finally, chat. It was like perfectly timed too. Jesus. Why is she so scary? Why is she so scary? Hell yeah. Shout out Madam Web, honestly. Shout out friend of the channel, Madam Web. Fuck yeah. Alright, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and boot up Blueprints. Not that that changes too much, because this is a game that allows me to yap. Goodbye, Brie Larson. I've been getting these targeted ads for some mints. And I think I'm going to commit and get them all. I started her lore, fucked her up. Using the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died. God, we're so fucking back. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I do. I miss getting Madam Webbed all the time. Okay. Let me figure out what our current objectives are. We're missing a couple of keys, which I finally have one of the rooms for. I need to start getting the vault open. We've opened all the white boxes and the black boxes in the reservoir chests. We just need to do red and blue. Green memos are lies. I'm okay. We need to get the crypt so that way we can try and translate some of the erogen letter from the lady ship. I need to go back through the history book for some stuff. We didn't figure out what is and in was in erogen. Morajai. Maybe Marshall. White. That. Nautical? I think I meant nautical. Yeah, okay. I think I meant nautical because it was there's a boat. God, I haven't been able to do fucking anything with a new clue. Yeah, I guess we'll just focus on trying to do all the inner sanctum keys and getting the red letters for now. I think is where we're at. What sucks is I don't know where the other saves are. We only have a safe in the drawing room. I had to kind of guess where the other ones are at the moment. And it could be that they're in one of these rooms that we just don't have and we need to farm the drawing room. Because apparently there's some stuff with the solarium. One of the keys is in the clock tower. So we got a lot. Madam Morrible. Flip it around. Wicked Witch. I asked you to remind me about the tomb letter. Yes, thank you. Thank you for remembering that I asked you to do that. Because that one is very important. The drawing room. The drafting room is what I meant. I almost burnt down my apartment today, chat, because I got too impatient. I needed to let my pan cool down, and I did not. So that was a fun experience. I was like, oh shit, I've got a grease fire on my hands. I don't have anything to get it out because you know you can't put water in a grease fire. That makes it worse. But we handled it. We figured it out. The cats were only freaked out for like 5 minutes. It actually wasn't that bad. And you know what, chat? All is saved. All is good. This is what I get for being a dumbass. When in doubt, chat, just let your pan cool down. Yikes. Hey, man, it was all on me. It was a big me problem. It's because I was fucking starving. But it's okay. We're good. It's not like I turbo panicked or anything. I think I've got a relatively okay mindset when it comes to handling a crisis. And I was like, okay, maybe I could put it out with particles like rice. I was like scrambling. I was like, do I have enough salt for this? I ended up just throwing it in the oven and letting it burn out. And the pan's fine. I just need to scrub it down because it was a stainless steel. At least I think it's okay. Okay, what can I do with this? How much of this do I have? I think I can piece some of this together. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the whole thing though, Chad. Good solution? Yeah, thank you. Because like the other thing is you gotta snuff the flames. No oxygen, boom bam. So I was like, there's gonna be far less, even though there are vents in the oven. If it was a much larger pan, I probably would have just been fucked and then burnt to a crisp, and there wouldn't have been a stream today. But it was very, very tiny. So we actually locked in, chat. Everything is fine. Major. We did figure out what that meant. Small. Or small something. I remember. Now we actually know. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's for something else. Let's focus on this right now. So we got Orilda Giris. So we're at least addressing someone here. I assume L-O, that's probably an R, so that might be love. Oljora. I don't know how much of this I can actually do. Olelda. Or is, which I didn't get is, but we have. No, that's or with 2 R's, not or with 1 R. OV is toward. Maybe that's a V then. Ovis. I wish I figured out what is and in was. Is it left or right? I we can work with. That's night. So it's potentially her talking about her lack of sleep. I think. The prefix being Oleld. Which I don't have anything for. Because we have like L's. Nothing with a U beyond Loon and Dow. Which is fine. Okay, so I gotta assume. Oh, okay. Hold on. We have something day, something night, something Mora, whatever Mora is. Day, night. This could be something like maybe every. Nev. This, okay, so new day. Something gift. Eld hue. L, so I. House. So something about gifting my house. L is I and me. ELD. Maybe something a little different. But this part is definitely house. Ovis being toward whatever is. This is new day. So maybe it's referencing like tomorrow. Oldar. EILE. I got nothing for that. LE is lack of self, but EI is not anything. Elder, Elu, Ilvu, Gelbid, first, Elbid. Olodorus. Hugh. So this is talking about Sinclair's house. So this is talking about Herbert. And Epson. So this is talking about House Sinclair and House Epson. Probably the marriage of the families. Forget Old Dine Inn. Old Georgiari. Old Dariasaurus. Fenro. Don't have much there. Jororo. Oreraja. So this is probably... What is it supposed to be? No, it's supposed to be a V, not an R. Her script, though, all of this is R's. So it's probably not toward here. Araja. So this is specifically talking about the location. Oris Nevare, which is something. Nev, which is new. RA, future. Potentially wishing good future upon Iraja. And then Lorja, so word, last word. Elderus. And then this is just, I assume, her name in Arajan, which, or, nothing there. Okay, cool. Wonderful. Great. So we have a little bit of an idea of what's going on here, which is cool. What a good game. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Once I can start to piece together more of that, I'll come back down and try again. But I fear I am missing some shenanigans. Which is fine. I wanted to see how far we can get on just the whatchamacallit, classroom. Knowledge we learned from the classroom. Okay. I guess we'll just keep pulling rooms right now. I need to try and get something. The clock tower. Let's not go too far. I do need to start taking the billiards room more. Because we need... How many of these? A lot, I believe. Yeah. We need 21 more billiards puzzles solved. Okay, we're only missing 7 more rooms in the directory, which is not bad. Oh, I am missing 2 inventions. Oh, that's not good. I thought I just had the 1. Hang on. The rabbit's foot in the coin purse. And then we already did the backpack and the compass. And we already did the lockpick and the metal detector. Oh, dude, that sucks. Maybe I gotta go back into the digest then. I thought I had it all. But the 1. Chat, you're gonna get hit with ads, you know the drill. Subscribe. Working on this. As we go, we still need to get all of the sanctum keys. Solve the puzzle in room 8 on rank 8. I don't think we have room 8. Yeah. Cool. We still haven't found room 8 yet. I think that's literally everything else, though. And then the last couple of rooms are just going to be stuff that we find or add. I still have to get into Blackrock. Don't exactly know how I'm going to go about doing that. I'm missing some pieces. My guess is I need to... let's get the morning room. My guess is that I'm going to need to just open some more shit in the vault. God, I got to do the music room sanctum key is going to piss me off. Because I know it has to come in later, but I don't know if later is I already have the prism key, the secret garden key, and the silver key, or it's just I'm like down here. I've got 3 rooms left, and it's one of the ones that I pull. It's not entirely clear what it is that I'm supposed to be doing for that one, other than that it's in there. Let's go to the drawing room and do that. Which is fine. You know, we experiment. We gotta play around. So, honestly, not bad. If I just stay fluctuating between 52, the equals fun. Being able to use stars for rerolls is nice. So we got a lot of those. I think I'm going to be feet-centric today. Okay, that's one part of our little puzzle here. If we find the coin purse, which is likely, because it could be in the morning room, and it could be in... like the boudoir, pretty much any bedroom, I think. God, we're loaded. We're loaded. I should get a store. What do we have? Oh, the battery pack? Great. Wonderful. I think I should get the rerolls here. I know we got a bunch of gold loading up in the tomb. We've got 510 right now. And we'll continue to do so, hopefully. The previous box in this room contained a true statement. Oh, I don't even remember what it was. I don't remember what it was. Oh my god. True treasure of the trove is not in the house, which I said was a lie. Okay, I think that's what it was. Because this is our first handwritten red note. And if I remember correctly... If it's handwritten, it's true. Yep. Okay. Cool. Give me the money. I had a little blip there. We still good, chat? Perfect, perfect. Yes, dude. I need to get the library again and go back through the digest. The lucky purse. Aw, that's cute. Doubles all the gold you find. Oh boy. Hopefully we can roll the vault. Really like the foyer. I don't want to have to come up under the foundation though. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Give me that. Give me that. You know, I haven't really gotten an upgrade disc in a while. Doing something that's just a straight shot. Do I need the boiler room? I guess the only thing I want off of the boiler room right now is the laundry room. Because we don't know what the laundry room does when it's powered. That's basically it though, I think. Everything else should be relatively like we've already used. I do want to get the pump room at some point. Because I think the 2 trunks might be useful. Let's do the billiards room. Hopefully I can come back around and fix that section here. Eight. Okay, so we got 5. 5 minus 1, 4 minus 2, 2 times 2, 4 times 3, 6. Oh, I did my order of operations incorrect then. And it is multiplication is pink, division purple, yellow subtraction, right? Jura, the first era. 8. Yeah, okay. 4, 3, 2, 2. 2 times 2 is 4. I see what I did. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Jesus. Okay, 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 minus 5 is 15. 6, 9. We're dividing by 3, so we're back to 3. Plus 3 is 6. Divided by 2 is 3. Thank goodness. I was hoping for a good key here, but that's fine. We're now 20 out of 40 on the billiards puzzle. Let's keep chugging. I'm actually so mad Simon is not actually capable of swimming. This will be good because we can get the pump room. I need to spend this gold. I either spend the gold or get a freezer pole. So the two things we're looking for right now. What's next? A Yellow King? I hope so. I hope so. I want to go to Carcosa. Chat, I'm thinking I want to go to Carcosa. I can hear someone munching outside. I bet you it's Sailor. I honestly could do a weight room pull here. This wouldn't be too damning. We got dice. We're not really fishing for anything. Secret passage into showroom. Let me try and get the kennel. Brutal. Take the dead end here. I like this guy. Carcosa, my beloved, turn over Cody Banks, real. I hear you, buddy. And we absolutely can afford a weight room. Wow. Guys, I have triple digit feet right now. Can you believe it? This is going to determine the run. Cool. That's it. That's the game. Clever. All right, what can I do? We've got the drawing room. I could realistically just brute force every single date known to man. We have some dirt spots in the morning room. Let's go get those, see if they have keys, and we'll start opening boxes. I need 6 keys for both of the boxes down in the reservoir. I think it's a salt shaker and something else. So I just need 1 key right now. You read the play and be okay because you're built different? I agree. No, I 100% agree with you. I don't think you are going to lose your absolute mind reading the play. That's because I'm a believer. Do I have any more dirt? Anywhere else? Where's the boudoir? I just came out of the boudoir. I need to go. Dark room. Big guy. Big guy. Big guy. Could also just deposit all of our money into the chapel. Thought we were done with this game? No. Nope. We're certainly not. We're still cooking with this game. I still got more to do. I got questions that I need answered. This game will be here every Monday until I get all of this and probably figure out everything in here. I think we'll be in tandem. Once it's basically no lore and all challenge runs, then I will be able to do that myself. We're in it for the long haul, baby. Good news is Expedition 33 will probably be on Friday. How you doing, Fru? What's up? I've not had the chance to bump any Kubrick films. But I didn't forget. Oh, there was a secret white box the whole time. A box in the water contains 3 allowance tokens. Well, I did know that. Thanks. Let's do the blue boxes in the water and right here. Not much today. Realize there are not many games you want to play anymore. You're running low. Absolutely brutal. There's so many games out there too. A box containing, okay, I don't really care about the allowance tokens. All green memos found in boxes in the water are true. That's a lie. Green memos and blue boxes are true. Also a lie. The green memos in boxes near this box are both lies. Okay, so the green memo is actually true. Amazing. What rooms do we have? don't think the guest bedroom gives us anything that I actually want. And I don't feel confident I can brute force the last room here without reading. I don't know. I don't know if I got anything that can replace what you need for no gaming. If you can stomach a traditional roguelike, I highly recommend Tales of Maj'Eyal. Can't find it many anymore. Understandable. If you need something more insane, Caves of Cud, both of those will pretty much give you infinite replayability. But I know you are not a you need things to graphically look enticing, which I know at least for Tales of Maj'Eyal, it will not cover that, I fear. Usually don't play endless games. Yeah, give it a shot. That way you can kind of wait as more games kind of come out or become more available on Steam. I have been having a lot of fun with Tales of Maj'Eyal, though. I think over the past couple of weeks, have dumped like 30 hours into it, when I previously only had like 2 or 3. I was just like grinding them out. I guess I don't really want to change the chess pieces. Okay, so I was right about everything that I was missing here. This is what's hanging me up. I don't know what it means by banners. Ah, I see. It's not happening. You don't play endless games. Well, you know. I cannot help you then. Alright, I gotta go back around the other way. I fear you may be all gamed out, bud. It may be over. No more games. Do you have a local game store near you? Not for video games, for like card games and like Warhammer. Would something of that like strategic thing tickle your fancy? Don't do turn-based, no RTS, no puzzles. And games you're looking for need to have a certain quality, not just some random game you can waste time on. I'm thinking. No, SMT's not active like Expedition 33 was. Do you like... No, you probably don't like CRPGs because they're basically turn-based. but not like JRPGs. How do you feel about like racing games of that particular genre? Nothing with long cutscenes and story only games. I mean, and this is really tough because like I do think Tales of Maj'Eyal is quintessentially a gamey game. It is heavily mechanics based. Um, so it just is turn based, but not in the idea that like you select stuff from a menu or anything. It's just like every time you move, it costs a turn. Um, so that would still kind of fulfill a gamey. Maybe you'd like Noida if you like platformers. Um, Noida is very mechanically. Do you want something mechanically in depth or arcadey as far as like gamey game goes? Noida's Endless? I don't know. I played Noida for like an hour, determined it was not for me, and stopped playing. So I don't know if there's a definitive end. I don't know if I played Tales of Maj'Eyal specifically on stream. And for racing, I don't know. I was just thinking Sims. I've been playing occasionally some racing sims, like um, I mean nothing recently. I think the last racing sim I played was one of the old school, not old school rally, but a rally game. I was just trying to. I was gonna start pulling vehicle games out my ass. There's Mud Runners. What else do I got? Do you like survival games? You might be able to try Core Keeper. I don't know. I think that game should have a definitive ending. Is it still in early access? It is not. But I had it during early access where there was no ending, so that might not be a good one. No, I don't think Noida is gonna work then. Um, what do I got? What do I got? No puzzles. I can't do Don't Feed the Monkeys. Um, you might have you heard of the endless it's not endless, sunless. The sunless. Yeah, the sunless sea and sunless skies. Um there's a few racing games you can play, but many just seem in the category, yeah, you could waste some time on it. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think the wasting time is a difficult one to do because it's kind of what games are meant to do to a degree, if that makes sense. And I feel like if you're looking for a lot of like smaller contained stuff, you would probably have to go for something that's like a puzzle game or something like that. So it's like some of your restrictions, I feel like, unfortunately clash. I don't think you're gonna like an idle game but it does have a definitive ending. Um, are you an ImSim guy? Have you done like Thief and stuff already? Deus Ex? That might be a way to go. They're role playing, but not exactly turn based. Um, Killer 7 was really good if you can handle the weird controls for a little bit. I love the visual style of it. You think you're not making yourself clear? Of course, gaming is wasting time, but playing something like Expedition 33 doesn't feel like it's wasting. But it's like, hmm. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me make sure. So, no endless games, nothing turn based, no RTS, no puzzles. Games you're looking for have to have some kind of quality, not just random games you can waste time on. You're looking for gamey games, not games that are long cutscenes and story only games. And so, like, doesn't Expedition 33, is that not a story game and a cutscene game? You did play Killer 7? Huge. Hey, man from Nar. We're just trying to lock in a game selection. It's not that. Because anytime I see something that's like a turn-based RPG, gives story. Okay, so you're like, okay. Okay. Cool. So, I guess more in the line of like a walking sim then. Yeah, like we don't want a walking sim. Yeah, okay. We're on the same page. What are the requirements? No turn-based, no endless, no RTS, no real-time strategy, no puzzles. And it can't be a walking sim. There is also a level of quality. So I guess nothing earlier than like 2010. Does that feel okay, Fru? Or are you okay with like 2000s games? Zomboid's not going to be a good one. Quality is not connected to when it was released. I mean, normally when you and I talk about games, a lot of the games you don't like are old games, but I think that they have a high quality run to it. I guess what I am particularly talking about is visual style, nothing past 2010. Um, yeah, I think my recommendations are this. I have played Sunless Sea, so the Sunless Sea slash Skies. Um, you might be able to get a more modern Thief. Um, if you want to try some ImSimmy stuff. And then you might want to try Deus Ex. I don't know how. I know the earlier Deus Ex are going to be kind of crusty. So you might not have a good time with earlier Deus Ex if you haven't done any of those yet. I think ImSim would probably be the next thing I would recommend you jump into. Sunless Sea and Sunless Skies are all. It's like a top-down vehicle thing. Blasphemous. I think he has played Blasphemous already. Looks way too strategy and slow. Okay. Then in that case, maybe Fury. I did not like Fury, but you might like Fury. That's basically bullet hell-esque. I can't recommend any of these boomer shooters yet that are still in early access. Graves, go ahead. Okay, you did go through that. That's what I thought. I think Bloodwash is probably too close to Walking Sim for your liking. That's turn-based. Call of Juarez might be too old. Do you like 3D? What is the genre called? Banjo-Kazooie. Super Mario 64. Collectathons. There we go. Do you like Collectathon 3D platformers? Let's see if this one works. No, this is a survival game. That's not what I was thinking of. I thought it was something different. No, you're not gonna like click holding. For sure. No strategy. It's RTS stuff. Do you like ARPGs like Diablo? If I can tell you an awesome 3D platformer on Steam you haven't played yet, I don't think I will be able to. I don't play platformers. I don't have the patience for them. but my roommate might be able to have a deep cut 3D platformer for you. Um, so I will have to ask him and then catch you later. Okami has some platforming. Yeah, I think Okami's definitely going to be the next bet for sure. Because it's literally just ARPG. I've always heard Okami be referred to as Legend of Zelda if it was good, which is always really funny. I gotta get back on to Cuphead. Hmm. Mm. Okay, so you won't play them single player. Never mind then. Because I've heard nothing but good things about Grim Dawn. And yeah, you're right. You might as well play Path of Exile. There's no reason for you to jump onto Diablo. Mm-mm-mm. Can't get Deadpool anymore. Also, the last half of that game fucking sucks. Trying to think of some other like maybe 2D platformer S could be a an option as well. Wow, I didn't realize I had all the fucking Deus Ex games. Devil Daggers is deadless. Fucking endless. That's what it was. It was Dirt Rally. Dirt Rally's great. Very simulation-y though. What else do I have? I'm in the D's right now. I'm going through my massive library, which consists of the thousands of games that I have on top of probably another 500 to 600 just through all of the other people in my family share. So it's taking me a minute to see if I can find anything that like kind of pokes out. Are you a horror enjoyer? Race cars. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. There's over. Yeah. That's what I thought. I was like I figured we had a bunch. Although I don't know if that game counts or if that count is counting everyone's duplicates. God, I gotta pee. Okay, one sec. I also had scrolled through Titan Souls when I was looking at it. Looking through my library. This puzzle game. Too old. You've definitely already played that. Is this the... Fru, do you do open world games? There's an open world shooter called Echo Point Nova, which is all movement based. But I don't know if that is a little bit too big for you, because I know you're trying to see credits. Yeah, I got you. My friends enjoyed playing through this together. I do not know if it has an ending or anything, though. Unfortunately. But I presume it does. I feel like the Escapist is a little too puzzle-esque. God, I could never recommend The Evil Within. I'm in the F's now, chat. Already on the wish list. What I got against it, I think it's really silly and boring. Gameplay wise. I think I got... Let me see how many hours I got into it. My roommate and I was watching my roommate play it after I had stopped playing it for a while. And he got to about where I ended up stopping. I think he was like a chapter or two after. And it gets really... It just got too silly for me and kind of took me out of the vibe. You may still like it, though. But I certainly do not. How many hours did I put into it? I put about 4 hours into it. Yeah. You like the studio, and it's Resident Evil 4, like, which you like a lot? Hell yeah. I did not play through Resident Evil 4. So I was more of a Resi 2 guy. Yeah. It does. Ooh, I definitely, yeah. Man from Nara saying Midnight Fight Express. Midnight Fight Express is cool. Very, very punchy. I think it's only gonna have puzzles in a similar manner to Resident Evil 4, though, from my recollection of Evil Within. So you should be fine. Not gonna like tycoon games. Where do we land on arcade games? We're disqualifying cheap-looking indie games from the list. Understandable. Understandable. I don't approve, but I get it. I think Midnight Fight Express goes crazy, though. Very, very nicely choreographed, I feel like. There's the only reason I was bringing up arcade games. There's an updated Gauntlet, so it will visually not look like a bunch of pixel sprites running around, and it's top down and whatnot. Although that may kind of fall under the single player action RPG. I'd rather play Path of Exile, Umbrella, I think. No Grim Dawn. We have Path of Exile. Gundam Evolution doesn't exist anymore. No. Of course. I've never. I'm always happy to try and go through a massive list of games and see if I can recommend some stuff. And yeah, no, it absolutely is difficult, you know. Because I know, again, you like what you like. So, and I'd much rather find something that, you know, you might end up liking. Definitely gonna be too story based. I'm in the H's now, chat. I know you've already played Hi-Fi Rush. Do you like the Hitman games? No, that probably would be too puzzly. You might be able to try. You might be able to try the Hong Kong Massacre. It's a top-down shooter, very similar to Hotline Miami, but I think it will visually be more appealing to you than Hotline Miami will be. So that may be a vibe. I think it was John Wick 3 directly visually references the game in the movie, which is kind of cool. Everyone was like, oh, it's Hotline Miami, it's Hotline Miami. Nope. It was Hong Kong Massacre. Oh my god, that's right. I need to install How Many Dudes. If you played some of the Hitman games, that might be something to look into. There might be a more modern Hitman game or a slightly older one. Definitely not Observation Duty. Especially because they use AI in them now. pisses me off. We made it to eyes. If you liked Wolfenstein, the new ones, you might like the Indiana Jones game. I've heard that was very, very fun. Crackdown 2, good one, good one. Yes, dude, Lost Planet, baby. Maybe Inscription? Inscription's really weird. But I fucking love it. It is not one of those that is endless. It has an endless mode, but you don't have to touch it. May like anthologies too much? No, anthologies are great. Might be too puzzle adjacent. Yeah, I don't know. I think yes and no. But honestly, probably leaning more towards yes. Jazz Punk is probably too walking sim. It's really cool though. Definitely not gonna like Judero. Chad, I gotta play Sleeping Dogs. That's gonna come up here at some point. This is a... You like to press buttons. You don't like games where you don't press buttons. Have you considered Street Fighter? Have you considered a fighting game, perhaps? That requires somebody else to play. Too old now. I disagree. I don't think you're too old for fighting games. We got top players that are in their 40s, in their 50s. You didn't like Armored Core. I'm trying to think if like maybe dipping your toes into some sim elements could be interesting. And I mean like going all in on simming. Like if you were doing what is it? Elite Dangerous. The only reason I'm thinking of it is because there's this game that I watched a YouTube video on that is not accessible to anybody because it literally requires a proprietary controller. But the entire idea of it is, and oh god, it's so cool. It's so cool. It gives you like a fucking 60-page manual on how to operate the fucking controller. Because the entire idea of the game is that it's simulating piloting a mech. It's really just a mech sim as opposed to a mech game. And that is cool only because like because you have to use this controller, you need to like start up the sequence doing certain flips and flicks of the levers, and I just think that it's very cool. You might be able to get a similar effect off of, you know, some sim racing and stuff like that. Obviously, that's a significantly more investment than just, you know, picking up a couple of games on a Steam sale. But that may be another avenue to kind of take a look at. We're in the L's now. Remaster Manhunt, since it's not even close to being as horrific a game as the modern market is. Yeah, especially as somebody who's been playing through the Outlast trials. I was going to recommend Cult of the Lamb as well. So, I'll second the Cult of the Lamb recommendation. It's very much like Hades. Some of the Lego games might be fun if you want something that's a little chill. They're going to be fun little collect-a-thon 3D platformers. I've been playing through Lego Batman 2. I don't know why I haven't pitched this before. Have we talked about Yakuza already, Fru? Excited for the Wallhaven DLC to come out on the 22nd this month. I didn't even know they were doing a DLC. That's awesome. I'm interested to see if it comes with some new music, because the previous composer passed away last year, I believe. I believe Riverboy passed away last year. It may have been 2024. Somehow you didn't like it, despite being straight up your alley. I think... Did you try one of the older ones? You might like some of the more modern stuff. You played Zero? Oh, well, if you didn't like Zero, then you're not gonna... Zero is normally the one that gets people in. So yeah, that's fair. All right, then. Because normally what it is everybody jumps in. They jump into Zero. They're like, oh, Zero's amazing. They play through 1 and 2 because they're both remastered in a Kiwami version. And then they get to 3, and 3 is where they stop because it's old. Although now we have Kiwami 3. So, but 3 is often a stopping point for a lot of people, which sucks because it's like that meme where you're digging for our diamonds, and 4 is right there. So... but that's cool. That's fine. That's good. Unfortunate. Okay. As an offshoot, there is an offshoot of Yakuza called Judgment. It has some loose story stuff to the mainline games, but you could pretty much play it as a standalone and not be crazy confused. It's sometimes called Judge Eyes. That might be a better entry point, potentially. Definitely going to be more an investment, though, because it's a newer game, so it doesn't go on sale for as little as, like, Zero would or something like that. But, of course, also, like I said, if you already didn't like Zero, there is still the chance you might not like Judgment. I think Judgment does a really good job of changing up the tone of the Yakuza series a little bit, while still feeling like those games. It's definitely leans heavier into the noir elements of the genre as opposed to some of the more pulpy stuff. Because it's you play as a detective, solving a gruesome murder. Maybe you totally run out of everything. You'll give Yakuza another chance. Hey, absolutely down for it. If you try it again, you still don't like it, also fine. It's, it is what it is. It is definitely one that I think, especially because there's so many of those games, if you had liked them, I think that would occupy your time for a bit. Because if I look at my Yakuza playtime, when I was rushing through the games, I put, on average, about 40 hours until I got to, why are there two different versions of Kiwami? Until I got to Yakuza 5, when I started doing a lot of the side content. Once the game turned into a turn-based RPG with Like a Dragon, that's when I put 90 to 120 hours in. I still got to play Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Zero is very long. My Yakuza 0 playthrough without doing a ton of the side content was 43 hours. And I only did some of the side content. Oh, shit. Fuck. I lost my place. Hold on. I've already talked about Metal Gear Solid. Have you played the Metro games? You had about 33 and you rushed? Yeah. They did the GTA 3 thing with Kiwami for whatever reason. You can't buy the ones in our library anymore. Weird. Yeah, very strange. Okay, cool. So you played through Metro. Have you played Mirror's Edge? I know that's a pretty cool platformer. Played that shit back on console. Or rather, I watched my mom go through it. No, that's on the wish list? Cool. Good. Good. Because from my understanding, that game should still hold up today. I'm in the ends now. You did or did not like Nier Automata? And regardless, have you played Replicant? A weird librarian, your ex-boner. You liked it? Have you played Replicant? You did. Okay, cool. That's the one I got to go back and do. Genshin, ZZZ, The Division. I just recently heard that they made Division, Tom Clancy's Division 2, no longer bullet spongy. I don't know if that was recent or within the past couple of years. Shout out Warframe, for real. Saints Row 3. I like Saints Row 3 a lot. Honestly, underrated. Not a lot of people talk about Saints Row 2. That was a interesting, the playing through Saints Row 2. I didn't beat it. I put a decent chunk of time into it though. The tone shift from Saints Row 2 to Saints Row 3 is very, very interesting, and I wish it was studied. Because Saints Row 2 feels very much like a GTA game. And then 3 is just, I mean, it's Saints Row 3. It's insane. I feel like pixels are not going to go well. Okay. Which Saints Row had the Godzilla-sized energy drink boss? That might have been 3 or 4. There is a series of games that are usually called Muso games, which is just warriors. This would be anything like Dynasty Warriors. Or you may like the Muso games. They're like press a bunch of buttons type game. But they're also kind of turn your brain off. So I don't know if that is a good mix for you. Orcs Must Die. That's third-person tower defense. What else do we got? I didn't realize I got the fucking Papa's games. I mean the P's now, chat. We're getting there. We're almost there. Who has Payday 3? Who in our library has Payday 3? Who has Payday 3? Why? Why? Change the bullet sponges. Added armor that chunks off. Literally plays the same. People are just delusional and pretend it's different because whoa, there goes his chest plates. Okay, that's funny. I'm glad you're a man who knows, man from Nar. It's very important. But yeah, Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, and you could find newer versions of those games, so you don't have to go back too far. I know a lot of people, if Legend of Zelda and that like world space is your flavor, they have Hyrule Warriors. Specifically, Breath of the Wild is where all that stuff comes from. So that is another option. If you like the Breath of the Wild space, you could do Hyrule Warriors 1 and 2. I don't know if either of those are on Steam, though. That might be a Nintendo exclusive. Plague Inc.'s going to be too strategy-based. Shout out PlanetSide 2, baby. Poker Night's not going to be what you want. And what sucks is there's probably so many of these games that I'm going through right now that I just don't know. They could be up your alley, and I'm just skirting over them because I haven't played them. But that's why we got Gang in here. I don't think Quake in its modern state is... It's also an arena game. That's not going to work. Come on, buddy. Thousands of hours in Div 1. Fanbase always returns. I'm glad. It is Nintendo exclusive. That's what I thought. That's multiplayer. I also really wouldn't wish... Well, no, okay. Fru, have you played Ready or Not? You might like that as a shooter. You can play it single player, and it has some like management stuff. I do not like Ready or Not, but it's for other reasons. Vouch for Ready or Not is a linear FPS? Yes, for sure. Is this the game with the cute-ass bunny that comes out of the... I've had this the whole time? Oh, because it's free. Ready or Not's not happening? Cool. Okay, now I'm in Resident Evil. Yeah, but now that it's in its 1.0 state, I think it has like a linear story you can go through. Right? I don't think it's a I don't think he has to be played as just an open-ended thing you join in with your friends. Still in the R's. Definitely not gonna like that. Another top-down shooter with a more cyberpunk aesthetic is Ruiner. Not some random by the numbers tactical shooter. Fair. I think the general story of Ready or Not is absolutely insane, but yeah, it's certainly a tactical shooter, which is part of the reason why I don't like it. Okay, finally got to Saints Row. You're definitely not going to like the Sam & Max franchise. Sam Show, you said no fighting games. Even though you're wrong, you're not too old. Shim might be an interesting platformer. I don't exactly think it's 3D, but it's weird. You like platform through people's shadows. The fucking sinking city. That's definitely a mystery game. Play for a few hours and get frustrated because you suck. Yeah, and that is a hurdle that I recognize for sure, for sure. But I think it will give you, at least with the fighting game, there's no need for, you know, a another person unless you're playing fucking 2x KO. And you know, you can also just rip it for several hours or even just a match. But yeah, like you said, sucking does suck. And not everyone is gonna have the enlightenment that I did. So I do not blame you. When did we get Sonic Adventure on Steam? That's crazy. Chat, what if I play Sonic Adventure DX, chat? Chat, what if all I do is spend my time in the Chow Garden? No man from Nar, no man from Nar. No man from Nar. Warframe is not what he needs. You're right, but it's not what he needs. Fucking great game. I'm hoping to get back into it soon after the second half of their big update. I'm gonna try and play it a bit more consistently. It just sucks because I'm also playing Final Fantasy 14 right now, so. Yeah, exactly. What would be a huge L? Sonic? Have you done Stalker? I feel like you have if you've done Metro. I know both of those games are often compared. Oh, the Chow Garden. No, that would not be a huge L. The Chow Garden is amazing. I think you're just wrong. I think you're just wrong. I don't think you see the vision like I do. Coming to the end here. That's endless. You haven't played Stalker, but you also didn't enjoy Metro. Okay, that's fair. I don't know. The comparison could be wrong. I don't know. I've maybe played 2 hours of Metro and I've played nothing of Stalker. So they could actually be completely different. The other game that I'm scrolling by right now might be interesting if you haven't done it already. Subnautica. It's underwater, open world ish, does have an ending. So you could do as little or as much base building as you wanted to. Yes, dude. Yes, dude. We're in the T's. Yep. Still got Thief. Thief would be a pretty interesting one. I don't know how modern it gets though, and I don't know about 2014 Thief. So that actually is probably not good. This War of Mine's fine. It's just hard. Also, it's mostly just clicking. Now I'm going through all my Tom Clancy stuff. I know we've been getting some more Tomb Raider, but all of it's either a remaster or the remaster or whatever. So none of that's going to be new, I don't think. And that's not coming out now. Total War is real-time strategy. What is a tower full of cats? Where did this game come from? What is this? Okay, hidden object. Spot the difference. Like Nancy Drew. What else do I got? What is Transliminal? Oh, right. It was a Backrooms game. Nope. That's going to be a walking sim. Um, 2014 Thief is not it? Yeah, that makes sense. Setting wise, Stalker and Metro are similar. That's where it ends. Stalker is usually spaghetti code that, once again, people don't know if they genuinely enjoy. Funny. I do like that. I know. Well, the downside is, again, like I said, I only have a general idea for some of these games. You know? I think if the entirety of all the Mischief Kings were present going through the library, I feel like we'd be able to come up with a lot more. But unfortunately, it's just me and CJ right now. Oh, that's right, under rail. I don't want to play that. I should probably install it. In the V's, almost done here. How does Viscera Fest look visually? Yeah, that's not going to be it for you. Maybe Void Bastards and Wild Bastards? Do these have endings, or are they endless? I'll throw those out. Regardless, they may be endless, though, so apologies. What else we got? Certainly not Telltale's The Walking Dead. And the W's now. Ooh, interesting. Okay, no, that's completely different than what I thought it would be. I love seeing the, like, 8 different rebrands of Warface. Lots of Warhammer stuff. If you like Left 4 Dead, I always recommend Vermintide 2. It's just melee Left 4 Dead, set in the Warhammer Fantasy world space. The only Watch Dogs games I can vouch for are 1 and 2. I don't know about the weird "we're all British and hacking people" pivot that they did in the most recent installment. It's a puzzle game. You did play it? Okay, I figured you did. I figured you did. It was a big name one, so. Yeah, you're certainly not going to be able to get too much out of AAA that either you haven't played or, you know, already not interested in. I never played. Is it the Old Blood? Yeah, I think I only played New Order and New Colossus. Sorry, I was just looking at Wolfenstein. Oh, thank goodness. I just remember we're getting a Wolfenstein 3. And boy, do we need it. It's not. Nope, that's turn-based. Never mind. I was about to say XCOM. Okay, we already talked about Yakuza. Okay. This is one I do remember watching my roommate play. It's a 3D platformer. Yellow taxi goes vroom. It is an indie, but I think the game looks very charming. They're cut in Germany. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Heavily censored, so that's very 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 fair. But yeah, Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom is a movement platformer. All about zooming. It's also got a pretty cool soundtrack. We're in the Y's. Finally made it to the Z's. And that's it. Cool. So there you go. Long-windedly, hopefully you at least found like 5 titles in that entire discussion. Otherwise, I know there's a couple of games coming out this year, right? So you got some motion in the interim. It's like Soros, right? The Returnal spiritual successor. Yeah, but I feel like that game's gonna occupy a decent chunk of your time. I think out of this we got Fury. Out of my recommendations was Fury, Dynasty Warriors, or Samurai. There's a bunch of Warriors games. Okami was mentioned as a playable, and then we got a Ruiner maybe. That's, I guess, for more the cyberpunk flavor. While Hong Kong Massacre will give you, I mean, it'll be like a Hong Kong game. Like Hong Kong crime stuff. I gotta pee. That took a lot out of me, gang. And we'll actually lock in day 60. Of course. It's looking dire, very dire. Yeah, and hey, you know, and that's always why they're there, right? But anytime, I'm always happy to help. And who knows, maybe in the next couple of weeks, I'll be able to find something that'll work. Got about a year's worth games on the wish list. After that, who knows? I mean, fair point. Still haven't played Cyberpunk. That's a few weeks worth. Yeah, Cyberpunk, especially if you're doing multiple runs, because I know there are different choices for both being male, female, and the 3 different life paths. So there's a lot of replayability about that. My roommate has been talking to me about it a lot recently. Has been trying to get me to do a run on stream. So that is certainly a good one. Good choice. Good choice. Have you played The Witcher? I would not recommend 1 or 2, but 3, especially now that 4 is coming out, might be something to get into. Ninja Gaiden 1 through 4 will happen this year. Okami apparently, yeah. Okami, I think it might be time for you to dip into Okami. You have? Cool. Perfect. Then in that case, yeah. I got nothing on CDPR in that case. We just gotta wait for 4. Although allegedly they're doing a DLC into 3. It's supposed to like bridge the gap. I saw that was rumored. I don't know if that's real. It's always Okami time. Exactly, dude. It's always Okami time. Dude, I do not fucking know what I'm doing in this game anymore. Kami's very good. Yeah, dude. It was fun watching you do the run through. I think I've got a book. No, I don't. Okay, we got the History of Arindia first edition, which I haven't read through yet. That'll probably help me put a lot of this together. To be quite honest, I have no fucking idea what the Curse of the Black Bridge is supposed to help me with. Everything that I thought it was gonna help me with, in regards to the actual Black Bridge section, I couldn't get anything. So hopefully I'll be able to figure that out again. Once I get like maybe some bits and pieces or something. I'll try. Okay, first I'm gonna do drafting strategy because I know that there is a sweepstakes thing or something like that. I do want to try. Now that I own the manor, I wonder if I have like admin privileges. It's me, Simon P. Jones. Oh my god, I still have some like insane ass puzzles. Okay, cool. That's fine. That's fine. We'll get in there. We'll get in there eventually. Hopefully. Oh. Huh. This is probably the servers that are in the freezer then? Is there anything else? Just leave it for now. Gotta get the other 2. until I find something that is weirdly microchip shaped. But it's long. Hey, that's how it goes. Long games are there. Gotta have stuff to occupy your time. I'm tired of seeing this. Actually, no, I do want the hallways. Back to choose plan. Pools in standard. Music room is unusual. I need... What sucks is I keep turning things into standard and not enough stuff in the rare. But it's stuff I want to see versus stuff I don't want to see. I'm going to make it rare. I get enough hallways. Anyway, pool can stay as is. Okay. Get yourself another star. And of course the cycle started again, so yep. The slice. I need to do another lab. Lab shenanigans. Could just drill all the way to the foundation, but then it splits up my room. I don't know what the best strategy is. Because I've been trying to fill it by going like this. But every time I get to like 1 or 2 rooms, it's like, oops, you needed to be able to rotate shit or something. It's every fucking time. I was like, well, great. Like, I've been ready to fill that in 4 times. And then I just get fucked. Cool. This ain't gonna help me now. I should go outside. I feel like I did that already. We've only had the red general, and now twice we've had the mechanic. But this is what I get for not using the shrine ever. Ever! Alright, well, I guess we're doing lab synergy today. I have one more item that I need, bro. Bro. I don't even remember what it is. I don't even think I actually have the recipe now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, I'm drilling too far up right now. We're gonna open... Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's actually just backtrack. I'm trying a new strategy of corner camping. See if that does something different. Because maybe what I've been doing is having too many corners when I get up here trying to fill everything up. And then it's like, well, you know, we don't really want you to do that. Because you have no control over whether you turn left or you turn right. Unless you have that one item from the showroom that lets you turn any item, period. Well, this sucks. Spreads to green rooms, right? Okay, so it's just gonna go back to the morning room. Not good. Now it's looking like the entrance hall tunnel is gonna be good. 19. 9. What? Adding. It's actually 16. I was doing multiplication there. 9 divided by 9, 2. 100 minus 40, 10. Silver key. The silver key. The silver case. I want to come back, and I want to just ignore this room, but I'm probably going to need the gems. This box's statement is both true and false, so it's impossible. The blue box contains the gems if its statement is false. this statement is as true as the white box's statement. So, if the blue box contains the gems, if it's a false statement, it's... Fuck. Because the blue box is true and false. Which is impossible. So it makes it false. So false, true, true? Cool. Cool. Brutal. It's really annoying. I'm gonna get the showroom. The sleeping mask. Okay, so either another hallway or... Might as well put passageway here. Why not? Why not? Completely forgot I had a shovel. Keys are my big issue right now. Game Freak is making a PC game? That is interesting. I assume it's not a Pokemon game either, right? Pretty sure I got here on the second. Yeah, okay, it's not Pokemon, which is huge. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I wonder what it will be. Do we have any details in any capacity, or is it just that we know they're getting a game? I assume it'd probably be turn-based or something. But, you know, assuming is bad for me. Seems to be an open world RPG. Okay. Figured we'd be getting a little bit of an RPG going. Open world is interesting. Although I guess it's probably closer to like Elden Ring open world these days, huh? Just saw screenshots. Already has a Steam page. What's it called? Yeah, of course. Chat, you're gonna hit with the last wave of ads right now. You know the drill. I need to get rid of this room. I'm sick and tired of it. I don't even need you anymore. I just need the billiards. Maybe I should look in the mirrors, the mirror room again. I feel like this is a good spot for it. True. False. Oh, wait, hold on. No, there can be two true boxes. Fuck. Okay, so if this is true, both statements written on the other boxes are false, so then this becomes false. And the box with the most words does not have the gems. False. So it would be the box with the most words has the gems, which would make it... Nope. Okay, cool. Wonderful. Then this one, then. It's probably not this either. Boom. Great. Wonderful. Not like I needed it anyway. Awesome. I don't like any of this. I got no money for the showroom. Maybe I expended all my corners. Hi. Where's the petable one? Here you are. Beast of Reincarnation. Interesting. Let me go add that to my wish list just to take a look at it here. Very, very interesting. It's an ARPG. One person, one dog action RPG. Are we thinking character action probably? Oh, it's got Souls-like on it, huh? Not surprised. Thank you, FromSoft. Dude, I'm about to sit here for another 2 hours and do more Ajay. I have to do this now. Do I have enough feet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Literally nothing else matters right now. Tired of Souls-like as well. Well, the worst part for me is I never really liked Dark Souls to begin with. So Just doesn't do it for me. Music room. We just got it, like, within the last 5 minutes. Yes, very nice, because it was probably the most annoying Sanctum key for me to get so far. It's true. Which one of these do we know? Our cherries. That's all I can do for that right now. I really gotta read the history of Arindia at this point. Some of the music in this game really reminds me of Outer Wilds. It's so atmospheric. It also, there is a certain feeling that entering the inner sanctum evokes, to one of the, most important tracks of the Outer Wilds, and that is as far as I'm gonna say. Let's go down here. See if I can buy some stuff at the kitchen. And if that was not clear enough, I'll just DM you. Probably should have just done the club sandwich, huh? That was foolish. Good. I figured. I want to get the classroom, but I don't want to do it right this minute. 'Cause I'm not really trying to do the classroom run for the test right now. I lack a lot of critical information. The solarium is the only thing in whatchamacallit that's in a new clue. But another four-way path that isn't a red room is useful. Because even if one of these doors locks, as long as I have the foyer, I'm good. So it just becomes another passageway, effectively. Also, could you not just enter and re-enter constantly to try and get the door that you need? I feel like that's also acceptable. Anyway, I'm gonna get the solarium. It was one of the first ones that was offered to me that I just kind of ignored. Okay, it was November 7th. So if November 7th is the first day that I joined in, this is the study. This is this room. Oh, that's unfortunate. It looks like there's something here. It's either just pebbles or it's something. Is there a safe behind this wall? Is the drafting room one of my question mark rooms? Oh, let me go ahead and mark off the major key in the music room. So you have king on a throne, clocks, and the vault. I don't know where the fuck the king on the throne is. Courtyard, drawing room, library, foyer were my guesses. Well, drawing room we know. Courtyard, library, and foyer are my guesses, just because those were the prominent rooms inside the vision from the great Alazara. If I have the feet for what? What am I looking for? I think I can get the feet with a little bit of money. We may still be up. If I could go the right direction. Oh, okay, that was the context. Yeah, no, of course, obviously. Just a cheeky little. Oh, I keep forgetting every time I do end up down in the inner sanctum. I should just pull the lever. There's no reason for me not to. Okay. Interesting. It's all about dead ends in this drafting strategy here. Oh, and it's the October issue. Very fun. The death of drafting, a fear every architect faces. Every architect has experienced it. You're drafting your house room by room and everything is going smoothly. Suddenly, you realize there's only a single path available for expansion, and it is imperative you draft a hallway or else your design will have no hope for further development. But on the critical draw, the drafting gods offer you nothing but dead ends. Rooms with no exit and even fewer prospects. Dead ends are the death of dreams and the death of plans and the death of expansion. In short, they are the death of your house. But are they genuinely as daunting and menacing as they appear? Perhaps beneath their morbid exterior, dead ends hold some inherent value. In this volume of drafting strategy, we will delve deeper into the world of the grave than any architect has ever dared to draft, to discover, once and for all, if there's any life beyond the dead end. A dead end is any room that lacks another door by which to exit. It is an understandable instinct to want to avoid these rooms while drafting your house, as they limit your available path for growth. However, seasoned architects quickly learn that you do not want to completely ignore them. A very common mistake that beginners make is picking the room with the most doors, while drafting and ignoring all other factors. But every house needs some dead ends. Don't be afraid of drafting a few dead ends. Each dead end room an architect drafts removes that floor plan from the draft pool. The more dead ends you draft, the less likely you are to draw them later on when decisions are more critical. The key is figuring out a way to draft dead ends without blocking off your house's potential for expansion. Dropping a dead end room on the rank behind you is a great strategy to accomplish this and helps you pick up some extra resources before continuing to higher ranks. In general, you should be trying to fill up every open slot in your house before moving north. As foreboding as black-bordered floor plans, as a black-bordered floor plan may seem, Tomb stands out as one of the most straightforward strategies centered around dead ends. This floor plan can only be drafted from the grounds and is considered one of the outer rooms. As such, it can be drafted at the very start of the day, allowing architects to know immediately whether their strategy should be focused on dead ends or not. The tomb itself is a vast crypt filled with shadowy alcoves and creepy recesses. The entire space was designed by early Orindian architects to evoke a sense of mystery and intrigue, perfect for those who are appreciative and skeptical of dead-end architecture. The 8 Aegeran angels of that early era are scattered throughout the tomb's chambers and are a memento of times past. And you will certainly be seeing a lot of them when employing a tomb-centered strategy, as you will likely be making several visits here throughout the day. A successful tomb strategy depends on three crucial factors: finding shops, amassing enough steps to allow for return trips to the grounds, and drafting as many dead ends as possible. This strategy is perfect for those who love risk and great rewards. Grounds for termination. Tomb isn't the only dead end you'll find on the grounds. There are a total of 8 outer rooms, which are rooms that are draftable outside the house. These floor plans are unique not only in where they can be drafted, but also in the fact that they are floor plans that cannot lead to expansion of further rooms, making them the perfect candidate for dead ends. They're also able to be drafted at the very beginning of the day, which allows architects to plan out their strategy with greater precision and purpose. For example, on a schoolhouse day, architects will prioritize acquiring gems to pay for the extra classroom floor plans, whereas on a hovel day, they will focus entirely on getting lots of extra steps. Interesting. Outer rooms of note. Grounds for termination may have been a play on words for the title of this article, but certainly wasn't a joke to the former groundskeeper Denny Ravane, who made his home while employed on the estate in this humble bedroom. The groundskeeper's tool shed is often a great draft choice to find useful items like a shovel or sledgehammer. Even better items can be found at the trading post. That is, if you have something valuable to offer. This shop is frequented by local farmers and hunters who supply the estate with goods in exchange for a few shiny trinkets. Most of the vegetables and fruits obtained from the locals are preserved in the subterranean cellar. When winter arrives, these stored goods are frequently traded back, providing them with a reliable source of sustenance during the colder months. Even further underground, provisions are also stored in the estate's bomb shelter. The purpose of this, of course, like the root cellar, is preservation. However, in this case, it is the preservation of people rather than food against fallout, radiation, and red rooms. Enshrined ideals. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Now we get to know what all these friggin' blessings are. The last outer room is a floor plan with a function that isn't as straightforward as the others. Just what is a blessing? How much gold do I give? How long does it last? The shrine is a space of reverence, a mystical cavern filled with the glow of candlelight, and those that show respect and pay tribute are blessed by the unseen forces that guide this world. Blessings are persistent benefits that last several days and are bestowed upon the reverent visitors who have made an offering of gold. The type and duration of blessing can differ depending on the amount of gold given, but the more gold you offer, the longer the blessing will last. Tinker gives us mechanical rooms and experiment triggers. Blessing of the general. After you draft a red room, you have at least 5 different ranks. If you have at least 5 different ranks containing red rooms, gain 5 gems. Blessing of the berry picker. Oh, we know that young little lad. While drafting, instead of picking a floor plan, you can pick a berry. If you do, draft a random floor plan from your draft pool, disregarding rarity. Interesting. Blessing of the monk. If you call it a day in a room on your estate, you will draw that room while drafting from the grounds the following day. Blessings of the chef. For each different type of spread that you do today, add an extra dish to the dining room. Ooh, that's fun. Blessings of the dancer. When drafting, you may pay 1 gem to spin a floor plan. Easy, that would be great. I'd love that guy. Blessing of the gardener, add 8 courtyards to today's draft pool. Blessing of the high roller, each time you draft a shop, gain an ivory die. Gain 10 gold whenever you roll an ivory die. That's amazing. Top 5 dead ends, as selected by editorial staff of drafting strategy. Oh, it's 200 gold? Damn. That sucks. If Toolshed is good, then Attic is really good. Even at a steep gem cost, this room cannot be passed up. It always pays for itself and more. Study is likely the most powerful room for the experienced architect who no longer has difficulty accumulating gems or solving chess portmanteaus. More than any other room, Coat Check allows architects to center their strategies on specific item of their choice. Hovel. The risk may scare off some, but to those who see their steps as an expendable resource and throw caution to the wind, Hovel is an unbeatable drafting force. Yeah, okay. Interesting that Secret Passage does count as a dead end, even though it really isn't, which is nice because that means it does count for the tomb. Draft 20 or more dead ends in a single day and you could win 200 gold. Okay. Enjoyed the page where they explain the shrine blessings. You feel like you didn't draw it enough. Yeah, I don't like playing around with the shrine too much because it's like I have to have a lot of gold for it, and it's planning for later, right? There's still some aspects like I don't know how much gold I'm supposed to get. So far, I've only gotten the general and the tinkerer, but I've only drawn the room like twice. So. Word from the editor. As we conclude this haunting October edition of Drafting Strategy, we trust that you have unearthed the darker side of architectural design and found inspiration in the morbid realm of death and dead-end rooms. From the despair of a drafted lavatory to the chilling allure of the tomb, we believe that even the most eerie aspects of our world can spark creative brilliance in the architect's mind. As you venture forth into the shadows, remember that there is a certain beauty in the unknown and macabre. Embrace the challenge of designing spaces that both captivate and unsettle, that provoke contemplation of our own morality and the secrets that lie beyond. I think the most dead ends I've had was like 8, maybe 10. I feel like it's going to be like lots of dead ends, just, oh, that's going to be a really tough challenge. All right. What do we get for this one? Probably should use the silver key here, I feel like. I just want to know how to get in there. Very limited on keys. If I can get a hall and a locksmith, that would be like the most ideal thing off of the music room that I could possibly do. Did I use both my dens? I did. Oh, I don't think I'm getting it. I think I'm gonna get fucked over here. I guess I could pump a bunch of stars into trying to get this. It's like every time I get this close, I get fucked. Okay, we could still draw the pool. Great, can't do the veranda. Okay, we get one more reroll off of the star. Yeah, I didn't think it would be meant to be. Okay, so at least we know we should probably be prioritizing certain dead end strats so we don't end up like this. Just whatever. Let's see how many more we could have pulled here. Cool. There's something else in here. Ah, nice. Cool. Cool. Awesome. Okay, sweet. I guess it's the run. We were 2 down. It is what it is. Very corner room heavy, which is okay. That's how it goes. Absolutely good runs this week, chat. We'll see what we can get up to next week, baby. Gardening, the Garden Hunting Lodge of Prayers. So we have the Chapel of the Cloister and the Shrine. Oh. Interesting. But then the kennel and the trophy room make it a hunting. I got you. Okay. That's a cool little layout, though. Awesome. Sweet. Amazing. I like getting the really, really big and interesting ones of this. That's been good. Okay, chat. I will be back with Dispatch Wednesday. And then if I don't start Expedition 33 on Wednesday, we'll be starting on Friday. So that'll be it. If you want more blueprints, you can catch me again next week on Monday. That's where we are. Oh, yeah, of course. Absolutely. Thank you for the yapping, chat. I love talking about video games. I will see you all later.